Good morning, everyone. I, Tanushree Upadhyay, along with my fellow research mate Srishti Agrawal, are here to present our paper on topic Adapt or Perish, a study of technology disruption using Kodak, Nokia, and Blockbuster as case studies. Disruptive technology. It refers to new innovations or inventions that can completely change the way things are done. Disruptive technology, in business terms, it refers to an innovation that has potential to replace existing technologies and systems. Such technology can drastically change market behavior, operations, and social or economic forms, which is why they are disruptive.
In the fast-paced and dynamic realm of business, technological disruption has emerged as a defining force that can make or break companies. It's like a powerful wave of change brought about by new technology that can completely reshape industries and the way business operate. Think about how digital cameras replace traditional film cameras or how smartphones revolutionize the way we communicate. These shifts can have profound effect on companies. This research paper dwells into the disruptive power of technology using Kodak, Blockbuster, and Nokia as real-life examples. Literature review. First, Disruptive Technology, How Kodak Missed the Digital Photography Revolution, written by Henry C. Lucas Jr. and Jimin Ho, revealed that initially Kodak misjudged the market for digital photography. Second, Nokia phones from a total fiasco, a total success to a total fiasco, written by Ahmed Ali Page and Charles Weber, stated that the problem at Nokia was a lack of forecasting the right time to market rather than a lack of innovation.
Whereas Imran Zaman, in his LinkedIn article, mentioned the rise and fall of Blockbuster by digital disruption, called it a typical illustration of a corporate giant that was unable to adapt to change. And Greg Stale, in his Forbes article, called a look back at why Blockbuster really failed and why it didn't have to, mentions how Blockbuster rejected Netflix offer to run their business and later considered them as one of their biggest hits.
Can you just, in a brief and in one or two lines, discuss what your problem statement is? Like, you started with this topic and on which motive you started. What did you, like, you studied the literature, did you find out some certain points, certain gaps through which you see, yes, this topic, we have to make a paper, we have to make a presentation. So I just wanted to know that gap. So, yeah, can you just...
So, ma'am, our topic was disruptive technology, in which we took Nokia, Blockbuster, and Kodak as a case study. Now, we took these companies as a case study because they were unable to adapt to change, unable to, update themselves. Like for Nokia, new Android and Apple was there, and
Android and iOS came. So they did not want to change it. And when they wanted to change it, they were using an earlier operating system, and they could not compete iOS and Android.
Ma'am, they were not successfully able to modify expectations of the customers.
Any new article or new research paper that came up with such kind of a analysis?
Yes, ma'am, exactly. The blog article, the LinkedIn article of Imran Zaman, in his article, he mentioned how all Blockbuster really failed and why it failed, because he also mentioned how Netflix came into line. Okay. And ma'am, all these companies were born out of need. And like Netflix came because Blockbuster was not able to, it was charging a very hefty fees, and the services also were not very good. So Netflix actually came up. They wanted to acquire Blockbuster, but they were not able to.
Objectives. The objectives of the research paper are: 1. To identify and analyze the common factors that contributed to the decline of Kodak, Nokia, and Blockbuster in the context of technology disruption. 2. To extract valuable insights and lessons for contemporary businesses facing similar challenges. 3. To find the successful strategies that companies have used to handle technological disruptions.
Research methodology. This research employs a secondary data analysis to approach to investigate the hazards of technology disruption through well-known case studies as Kodak, Nokia, and Blockbuster. The methodology involves gathering existing information from various secondary sources, including papers, blogs, LinkedIn posts, online articles, and Wikipedia to understand these companies' decline amidst technology disruption.
Research findings. There are three common denominators that played a significant role in the decline of Kodak, Blockbuster, and Nokia. First is lack of adaptability. Second, failure to innovate and invest in new technologies. Third, inadequate strategic foresight. And inability to anticipate and proactively respond to disruptive forces.
As for a research gap, one notable limitation is the constrained time frame within the which research was conducted. Due to these time restraints, the specific methods and strategies that companies can employ to effectively manage technology disruption were not explored. Further research is required to find the successful strategies that companies have used to handle this technological disruption.
Future recommendations. We recommend organizations to embrace innovation and allocate resources to research and development to remain competitive and versatile. Second, cultivate a culture of adaptability and change readiness within the organization to survive disruptive technological shifts. Third, strategic foresights, develop strategic foresight capabilities to effectively anticipate and respond to emerging technological trends, thus reducing vulnerability to disruption.
To conclude with, the message is clear: adapt or perish. The case studies of Kodak, Nokia, and Blockbuster serve as a lesson for businesses that may get tempted to rest. As MBA students, we believe adaptability, innovation, and strategic foresight are most important. In today's IT-driven world, not only success, but also survival is highly dependent on willingness to innovate and adapt to change. The legacy of these three industry giants serve as a strong memory push in a technology-distant world. The choice is either to adapt quickly or to fade into obscurity.
Thank you.
Okay, you did a comparative analysis, right? आपने Nokia का and the other three brands, you did a comparative analysis of identifying the disruptive technology. Yes. So, did you go for any year range of it, or no, not according to the year?
No, ma'am. Actually, but according to my research, it was like I mentioned that Blockbuster, it was by David Cook in 1985, and bankruptcy was filed in 2010. As for Netflix, it was invented in 1997. And ma'am, after that, it took over Blockbuster.
Okay. So, did you used any kind of technique or any kind of software for this, or just did
Just
a
the
kind
research papers and blogs
And
LinkedIn.
Okay, so you did a small kind of a review out
Yes,
of
ma'am.
that. So, how many papers did you collect, and articles or newspapers or any LinkedIn post? Like I've need a
7 or 8 research papers,
from
one
7 or
LinkedIn
8.
post and 2 blogs.
Okay, so in my last question, I just need 2 recommendations of whatever you have read, you have identified about the disruption. I need 2 recommendations of it, out of it.
Embrace innovation and adapt the change.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, ma'am. We welcome to Amity Business School, Amity University, Noida. We have our conference Infinity 2023, and I warmly welcome our dear Sangeeta ma'am and to all the participants. So Sangeeta ma'am is our co-chair, and I would like to introduce her. She is a researcher, trainer, consultant, and a very close friend to me. She has a 26 plus experience, and she's a IFT alumnus and done a PhD in economics. She has earlier worked with Government of Rajasthan in Director of College Education as a faculty, and later shifted to Securities Exchange and Board of India SEBI, Mumbai as a research officer. Her visiting faculty assignments include IFT, University of Bradford, UK, etc. She is also being awarded a Commonwealth Scholarship, for which she went to Canada for higher studies. Her previous corporate experience includes being consultant at IEMS, New Delhi, and principal consultant at Consulting Junction, New Delhi. She has published research papers in reputed reference journals and presented papers at FMS, Niti Aayog, IAMC international conferences. She has done a lot of research work, lot of projects. She's very, like, I don't have any words to say to her, and she's very close to me, a very close friend, a very good counselor, you may say, right? She is now currently working at Department for International Business at one of the most reputed colleges in DIM as an associate professor. And I warmly welcome Dr. Sangeeta Yadav as our session chair today. Welcome, ma'am. We have already have one very good presentation which talked about the adaptation and the parish of related of three different case studies they have taken. Now I would like to call upon our second presentation. Right, so you can please come up.
So, good morning, everyone. We are here to present on the topic the impact of ChatGPT on cognitive abilities and education Gen Z with my fellow teammate Nabia. So, do you anyone of you know what is the full form of ChatGPT? No. So, ChatGPT generally means a chat generative pre-trained transformer. So, as we all know, ChatGPT is an artificial intelligence chatbot that uses natural language processing to create human-like conversational dialogues. ChatGPT has a profound influence on the evolution of artificial intelligence, paving the way for advancements in natural understanding and generation.
Hi. Hello. So I will be introducing the topic. Do you guys feel that we are too dependent on technology nowadays? Our cognitive abilities are not even independent. I remember Lily Singh, Superwoman, she's a YouTuber, a renowned YouTuber, saying that we don't even know our parents' phone number anymore. So imagine doing your homeworks by ChatGPT and then having nothing in your minds at all. Nothing. What will be the impact? What is the impact going to be on this generation, our very cool generation? Karthik will be presenting further.
I'm going to talk about the effect of ChatGPT on the present generation, that is Gen Z, and the education system. First of all, Generation Z students have largely taken the place of millennials with higher education institutions, at the moment predominantly enrolling students from the former. There is rising worry among educators about how to effectively teach this always on generation as they welcome a new class of students to the campus. For instance, there was a research conducted by Pearson in 2018, which revealed that half of all Gen Z, that is around 47%, spend at least 3 hours per day on YouTube studying about education, not in the classrooms but on YouTube. The ChatGPT has many positive effects of on education, but it also has several drawbacks for the educational system. The possibility of inaccurate information is a major cause for concern. Responses from ChatGPT are produced using patterns discovered from massive databases, some of which may be stale, biased, or inaccurate. Nabia will talk about the cognitive abilities and what is Gen Z.
The only reason we are taking turns to speak is because I am a psychologist and I have worked on cognitive abilities of generation. So I felt there's a need to let generation of our generation know that we, according to evolution, have the only cognitive capacity which is of 1400 cc. We need to be independent in our thinking. We need to be critical. And that's why we are the highest form of any living organism in the animal kingdom. Correct or not? What are cognitive abilities? You know, it's your mental maths abilities, it's your memory, it's your ability of attention.
Our generation cannot even have a good attention span nowadays, all thanks to Instagram Reels and TikTok Reels, more thankful to TikTok Reels. So, cognitive abilities are mental aptitudes and skills that people employ to organize, grasp, and pertain knowledge. A wide range of capabilities, including logic, analytical thinking, problem solving, retention, and focus. Imagine living in the most technologically advanced era and still speaking like idiots. Is that what the generation has come to? I really don't think so. We need to advance. And that's why the tool ChatGPT and AI is taking on cognitive technology, on cognitive skills is hideous and pathetic. We can use we can use ChatGPT to enhance the way we think, our knowledge, our memory, our cognition. So we'll speak about the reviews of literature.
Okay, I have one very simple question.
Yes.
Since we are working in very stressful environment and very fast, we want each reports, and so yes, it is making the generation, the common sense a little less. You can say that, but how would you comment on that? Suppose someone says that you need a report or something, right? And this continues every time. So because of the time constraint is where the chat GPT or any AI tool helps. I need to know, does this thing should be continued, or because right now we are working on the quantity thing, not based on the quality. So I want to know that is chat GPT will be a good software for that, or based on this it will change our mind, our working environment, will it be bad for it?
My only explanation to this would be it's really important to understand that it's a tool you have to take help from. It's a tool you have to take help from in this fast paced working culture of the corporates. Even as students, I feel like we are already working like corporates. And then it's in my research only, we both are saying that you can use it as a helping tool. It's a study guide. There you can use it. But if you're completely dependent on that, that is the problem. We have 10 researches on it, but I'm willing to discuss only 3 because it will take long otherwise. So it's a research done by Steve Mintz, the third research conducted in 2023 by Steve Mintz. The study objective was to find ChatGPT to see it's more of an accomplice or helpful support than an enemy. Because the AI can help students, like you said, achieve educational objectives, including creating citation lists, drafts, or ideas. It's a very good tool for Excel sheets, ma'am. Word documents, Excel sheets. You don't need to put your mind there. Then there's good. That's good there. So he discovered finally that AI could even troubleshoot tutoring while simultaneously assisting with evaluation of the answers provided in response to queries, and there it was considered to be good. It's good according to Williams and Williams. It was good for improving student motivation, so that they at least have the self-esteem that they can do their work. And lastly, student perception on artificial intelligence. As for a student and as for me, if I have a very boring assignment, like Gami rightly said in 2023, even I'll be willing to use ChatGPT very easily. We'll be continuing further.
So the objectives while doing this research were mainly 4. The first one goes investigation of the consequences of the chat GPT on students, capacity for careful thought and problem solving. Next, examine chat GPT's influence on promoting collaborative learning and peer-to-peer networks information exchange among Gen Z. Analyze whether the chat GPT has influenced the growth of cognitive competence and interpersonal skills. The next one, examine the potential risks and moral complications involved in implementing ChatGPT in Gen Z context of learning.
So basically, our findings were very briefly our findings were that impact of ChatGPT on education is more of negative than positive if it's making us dependent on the technology. And if it's not making us dependent on the technology and it's serving as a guide, then it's great. Secondly, the more prominent one, ChatGPT and impact on mental faculties of Generation Z. Short attention span is a concern of today's generation because as humans, and according to neuroscience, our attention span should be ideally of 90 minutes, and it has reduced to 15 seconds, according to a study of Stanford. Gen Z has perfected the art of utilizing and synthesizing enormous volumes of information from an array of sources. They have extensive experience in discovering online, checking the accuracy of components, and scrutinizing it critically for relevance and correctness. The problem is their problem solving capabilities are on a dead end. And lastly, ChatGPT is actually worthwhile because it's helping you. Our conclusion will be that ChatGPT has potential to adversely impact Generation Z's capacity and education achievement. And the only recommendations will be that our critical thinking should be enhanced. It should not be dependent. Our digital literacy education should be done in a better way so that we can know that we do not have to depend on any tool at all. The only reason for repetition of that word is because I'm highly emphasizing the need to be independent as humans, like we are supposed to be by evolutionary standards. Our community involvement is pretty less. When, as an academic, we need to socialize too, so that we actually know people's opinion, not a computerized opinion on anything. And lastly, it's a great study help. Thank you.
Am I audible? So the thing is, see, congratulations for selecting a topic which is very important right now and it's very new. But needless to say, ChatGPT, how old is ChatGPT in usage? How many years?
Just I'd say 1 year
Yeah.
max.
So as a result, it becomes it's a very short span of time, especially from psychology perspective, to understand the impact on cognitive skills and all those. So you can, take care of only the superfluous impact, and those kind of deep impacts, since you're from psychology background, you understand takes longer. Habitual forming and impact on the brain, neuron pathways and all those kind of things. They're very left for the neuroscientists, and it'll take a longer time to ascertain. But otherwise, it's a good topic. And I missed your research methodology on that. Did you do what did you do?
Secondary research.
Secondary.
Yeah.
So you did not share the data. From where did you take it, and how did you approach the problem?
Okay. So
That was missing. Yeah.
my secondary research, it was taken from various researches which are already conducted out in the West. So people have seen the only reason ChatGPT is having an impact on this generation is because we're already dependent on technology, ma'am.
Yeah, that's true. But you should focus more on rather than past research, because that is just a literature review and just compilation of whatever somebody else has done. Where is your input in that? Whenever you write a research paper, you need to have your data is there, then you do your analysis in terms of some tools applied to it, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So you can apply a chi-square as per your psychology test and all those. If it you
Ma'am,
can't,
that would have been in the primary research, I
no,
feel.
you can apply a lot of other tools also in
Okay.
secondary. So to see the impact, and maybe some questionnaire for to take in a small sample of even
Surveys.
students around you
Yeah.
must be using ChatGPT. So having said that, conclusions, you have ultimately said it's a good study help. So I agree with that. And see, basically the usage depends. Globalization, everybody said it's bad, but it has been good for many countries, especially in India today. You people are looking for multinational companies and jobs like that. So they are at your doorstep because of the globalization. So Chat GPT per se is not a very bad thing, but it is actually helping. It is going to help and revolutionize. How many of you heard of Khan Academy? You heard of Khan Academy? How many
Salman
of you?
Khan.
Yeah,
Sal
Sel
Khan.
Khan. He calls himself Sel Khan. So Sel Khan has actually, if you have seen, he has, you know what his Chat GPT tool is? What is the name of that? Amigo Khan, like that, right? So what is the meaning? What he has done is he says, this is very interesting and very path breaking kind of research. What he is doing and what can be done is that one-to-one session with this teacher is available. That Amigo जो आपका वो है खान का whatever that Chat GPT वाला version, it helps you. You're writing an essay, you can ask questions. He will not give the content to you. He'll only take you towards that side. So if you the entire example is to make us understand that if you use Chat GPT in the correct possible manner and in the most ethical manner, it is quite helpful. Let me tell you, just today morning I wrote a long mail, for some official purpose using Chat GPT, and it was fantastic. It was really fantastic. But the thing is, again, as students, you should not go for content generation. You should go for idea generation. Yeah.
Ma'am, like you rightly said, no, why Sal Khan stands out? Because he's making us think. He's
Yeah.
telling us what algebra is. He's making us do the questions. He's not giving us the question and answers. ChatGPT is giving you the question and
No,
the
no.
answers.
Sal Khan is using Chat GPT for his
Just
all
for
future
one
assignments.
thing. Ma'am, just for one thing.
Yeah.
वो कह रहे अपने स्कूल के assignments उससे कर लो, but then you really
He's not
should-
saying that school. For example, you have to write a story. Then you will say, okay, I want to, his daughter is using 8-year-old. The daughter said that, okay, I want to write a story. So the Chat GPT said that, okay, well, what kind of story? Horror story. Okay, horror stories are very spooky. Let's start. So, that kind of nudging. One moment. Okay, so it's good, you started this, and it's a good effort. And at your level, to think like that and look at the current technologies, future usage. It's just that you can just explore more and you can bring more examples. All the literature review which you did, just go in depth and see at them, look at them.
Ma'am,
That's
we will
all
do it
right. Yeah.
better. Thank you.
So the
ma'am.
usage. Yeah.
Thank you,
so
ma'am.
much.
Thank you.
Do we have Dakshin Shivam Gupta securing the chain? No. Okay, understanding the taxonomy of metaverse, Anita Kumari, Ritik Chaudhary. Please come up. Okay, everyone, please keep the presentation short since we have some time constraint, right?
Good morning to everyone. My name is Ritik Chaudhary and I am here with my friend Ankita, and our topic is meaning, concept and taxonomy of metaverse. I'm starting with the introduction. The metaverse is a changing idea that describes a digital world where people can easily interact with each other and with digital places. This goes beyond what we know about virtual reality, giving us realistic and immersive experience in digital world that stays with us. This digital world has attracted a lot of attention because it can be change industries, change the way people interact with each other, and change how we see technology and reality coming together. Literature review. The word metaverse became popular in a book called Snow Crash by Neil Stephenson in 1992. It means a virtual place where many people can be together, but as time passed, the metaverse changed from just an idea to something that could actually work with help from technology. The metaverse uses different technologies like virtual reality, augmented reality, blockchain, artificial intelligence, and cloud computing.
Okay, my first question. Can you just differentiate what is virtual reality and augmented reality, and how metaverse helps into that?
What's the second one, ma'am?
What is virtual reality and augmented reality, and how does the concept of metaverse originated? Metaverse concept has deals with technologies, and it's relate with science fiction, and metaverse explored in gaming zones, that is computer games, which was published in 2003. Okay.
The objectives of this research paper are to explain what the metaverse is and its main characteristics in a simple and a complete way. To study how the metaverse has developed over time, looking at important events along the way, and exploring how it started in science fiction and early virtual reality experiments. And to identify the main companies and organizations that are currently working on developing the metaverse and to learn about what they are doing in this field. Examples like Fortnite, Roblox, the Sandbox.
Research methodology. We use descriptive research methodology. It helps in understand the current state of metaverse, its applications and technology, focuses on what, where, when, and of the metaverse. Typically uses quantitative data, but also involved qualitative data. Data collections. We gathered secondary data from blogs, publications, and industry reports. This data was not collected through surveys. It's called secondary data analysis, meaning we reviewed data collections by others. Research findings, definitions, and significance. The metaverse shared a virtual space where users can interact with each other on digital environments. It bridges the gap between physical and digital worlds. Key features: interconnectivity, persistence, user generated content, taxonomy of the metaverse, presented in various aspects like technology, global reach, financial impact, social aspects, cultural contributions. Limitations and recommendations. Missing psychological and social analysis. The paper does not explore how the metaverse affects user mentally and socially. It's crucial to understand its impact on personal and social lives. Second is energy and environment aspects. There is no detail on the energy use and carbon footprints of the metaverse. Future reviews should consider the environment impacts. Third one is content security. The paper does not discuss the security of metaverse content. Issues like data theft, non-moderations, and need explorations of future research. Recommendations: user privacy and data security. Second one is education and digital literacy. Third one is research and development. Now I conclude the paper. Metaverse transformations. The metaverse is reshaping how we interact digitally and with others. Explore dimensions. We have examined its meaning, concept, and taxonomy, emphasizing the immersive and interconnected nature, potential and challenges. It has the potential to impact various industries, but also brings challenges like data security and energy consumption. Historical evolution. The metaverse growth is driven by technology, gaming, and visionary individuals. Key technologies. Technologies like blockchain, augmented reality, virtual reality, and AI are expanding its possibilities. Research gaps and recommendations. Gaps exist in understanding psychological and social impacts, environmental aspects, and the content management. Recommendations include user privacy, digital literacy, and regulations and research. Thank you. When we are talking about taxonomy of metaverse or the concepts of metaverse, I just need to know what are the main key points when we talk about metaverse. What are the main key technologies that come into this?
Taxonomy of metaverse means it's kind of technology which is used to classify the research institutes, and metaverse includes technologies like science fictions and futurists. Metaverse, it's user friendly, and it's also affects the person which affects the person socially and mentally, those person which affects users more.
Is your name?
Ankita.
Ankita, again, it's a good topic. You all are taking very new topics, and that's very important. So, one thing, Ankita, when ma'am was asking you question, you were able to answer them extempore. So, my request to you and all the presenters is that we should not make the PPTs and read them.
Okay.
That's not because when you were reading, I was also going with you on that particular word. So, my attention, see, we all can read. So present it in a different style and use more, thematic diagrams or mind maps or those kind of diagrammatic presentations so that, see, basic point of any PPT is students, only you should be aware of what is there. The audience should keep looking at you, ki, ab kya batayenge, right? If everything is there and you are reading, if we are reading, then audience lose interest. So for next time, it is okay because you're beginners. So whenever you make a PPT for presentation, try to minimize the information. It's not a word doc, it's a PPT ultimately, right? So keep less. And yes, your research is good. And in fact, metaverse is being used a lot in international business negotiations. So in the metaverse environment, the chatbots and all those kind of interactions and negotiations are taking place. So again, I missed your literature review. How many papers you have referred to on this?
Ma'am, it's blogs and publications and some industry reports and 6 to 7 research papers.
So what I'll suggest is, Ankita, that since it's a good topic, and just like the last chat GPT, it's an evolving topic. It is just not too old. These technologies are not too old. What you do is you keep this research as a base, and then you keep on continuing working on this, collecting more of literature review, and the next 4 or 5 years, even 10 years, you'll be able to accumulate better information and keep working in this direction so that your research paper or you're able to come as an expert in this field rather than just do it because it's topical and you use it. You've understood? Because it's too early. We do not know the impact of all these kind of technologies, the negative side effects, especially how people can, as you said, data privacy and breach of trust can happen, but still, you explore it more. Otherwise it was good.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, ma'am.
Do we have Harshita and Shivali? Please come up. Challenging and emerging trends in cybersecurity. Good morning, everyone. Myself Shivali, and my classmate Harshita. We are going to present on the topic challenges and emerging trends in cybersecurity. So, cybersecurity is defined as an illegal activity performed using the internet and computers that has caused problems for people and nations. Bullying, stalking, identity theft, hacking, and fraud are the common illegal activities that come under cybercrime. Cybersecurity refers to the protection of various internet connected devices such as computers, mobile devices,
from data breaches. It is done by individuals or organizations. Types of cyber securities are network security, application security, information security, and mobile security. These are few literature reviews that we have considered. Objectives for the research paper are to assess the current status of cyber security in India, identify the main challenges faced in safeguarding the nation's digital infrastructure, investigate the latest trends and
Don't read, na? Don't read. That's what I said. When you're presenting a PPT, go extempore. Don't read.
Okay.
Yeah.
And technological advancements that can mitigate these challenges, offer insights into both cyber threats and provide a comprehensive view of the Indian cybersecurity landscape. The research methodology that we have followed is like we have gone through comprehensive literature review, and then we have data and insights from official government reports. Also, we have collected secondary data that we analyzed using content analysis technique. Yes, Harshita will take it. Next is finding of work. We took secondary data in which incident and accident of in India. According to 12th edition of PwC's Global Economic, the cyber crimes has overtaken the financial institutions, are more repeated economic crime. Cyber threats are evolving with cyber criminal employing innovative methods to target, compromise, and exploit the organization. Then in secondary data, India faced significant increase in cyber attacks in 2022. Ransomware attack has been on a rise with the indicate the state actor involvement, emphasizing the need of cyber security. In secondary data, the solution was the organization in India need to adopt integrated security approaches. Risk-based security strategies should be prioritized. Use of machine learning and big data analytics can enhance the cyber security intelligence. Initiative by government of India, the government has launched a consumer emergency report SATFIN and improve the cyber security in financial sectors. The conclusion is India must report proactively growing cyber threats and attacks on critical infrastructures. To enhance the security, it should be invest in research and technologies and make more awareness and education and trainings, budget allocation and collaborate with the public and private sectors. Advanced technology like AI and IoT security are essential for strong cyber securities. Then safeguarding information infrastructure is crucial. Recommendation are increase the cyber security awareness, allocate the budget, collaborate with private and public sectors, development of incident response and strategies. Thank you.
Again, when I asked you to go extempore, you people were better and caught more attention. Last slide had too many. Again, you need only bullet points. PPTs are for bullet points. So not for writing full sentences. Okay, so do that. And one clue was missing. Cybersecurity is a very important threat, and you could have discussed its impact on both macro and micro level. Perhaps that you could have, because I'm coming from the area of economics and international business, so I have both the perspectives. So what is the impact on the general public or the people who are using all those kind of platforms and those I'll go more specific. Then first the paper can be generalist, or then you can take an international perspective for regarding the espionage. For example, you must have heard of Huawei, Huawei company,
Yes.
which is from China. Then how during Trump's regime, how Trump had actually put a ban on Huawei's operations. They said because they are actually taking away in terms of providing the software, they're taking away data from USA. So those kind of attacks, you said India is facing attacks. So where are those breaches? Is it taking place in defense or in consumer? So be more specific, so that the audience have. So don't be so generalist if you're writing a research paper. The first paper can be exploratory, but when you go to the second and third paper on the same topic, then be more specific. Maybe is the cyber security threatening child safety? If they're using, is it affecting the country level? So those kind of things. So when you explore, and then you accordingly you'll find the research papers, you'll see. So when you're doing a research, you have to actually specify, otherwise it becomes, this is a first paper, exploratory paper, no issues. Next paper, next time when I come and you're presenting, take up a more specific topic related to cybersecurity. Otherwise, good effort at your level. Okay. Yeah.
Thank you.
Next, metaverse and its impact on industry. Chetan,
Jalal, Adil.
Jalad.
Hello, good morning, my respective faculty member, Miss Manisha Bharadwaj ma'am, our chief guest, Miss Sangeeta Yadav ma'am, and my dear friend. My name is Jalad Parasar. Today I am excited to share insight on the fascinating world of the metaverse and its impact on industry with my friend Chetan Rathod. Okay, let's start. The metaverse can be described as a collective virtual space, a meeting of virtual, augmented physical reality, and regularly shared virtual space. The development of this technology has the capacity to revolutionize various industries, inclusive of gaming, amusement, real estate, education, social media, entertainment. Our research entails a comprehensive assessment of exciting literature, which include academic article, review, and news article. Okay, let's go on another slide, literature review. Virtual universe are the spine of the metaverse. They are made 3D modeling, computer program, and virtual reality stages. The first is virtual reality. Virtual reality could be a key technology that empower the metaverse involvement because it permits the client to completely submerge themselves in an advanced environment. And augmented reality. Augmented reality is another key of innovation that utilized within the metaverse because it permits advanced object to be overlaid on the physical world. Augmented reality have been especially effective in Snapchat. Okay, so remember from Snapchat, I'm giving you one example, and I damn sure everyone hear its name. The name is Avatar. So the don't judge. Yeah, ma'am. No, 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 ma'am. The Avatar is showing the Snapchat like this frame. Don't judge a. Okay, okay, yeah. Yes, ma'am. Don't judge a user by their avatar. We have all seen this on Instagram and Snapchat, where we can select our avatar. So what happened after choosing the avatar? Nowadays, people judge you by that. Like if someone frame their avatar with guns in aggressive expression and all, like gangster people, तो हम क्या करते हैं उसको उसी उसकी इमेज ऐसी अपने दिमाग में बना लेते हैं. So you get my point. So the motive of idioms is don't judge someone based on superficial appearance or online personas. So it is the one of the major disadvantage of metaverse. They impact negative on mental well-being. Let's go on another slide. Objective of the metaverse. The metaverse reshaping industries and introducing new one. It holds significant potential, but also challenge related to data privacy, security, and digital divide. The first is enhance social interaction. To create a platform where people can interact in more immersive way than current digital platform allow. Education and training. Offering immersive experience can lead to more effective training and education platform. In real estate. In digital, real estate might become a lucrative market as a virtual space because important for business and individuals. And last is evolution of online shopping, where user can try product in virtual spaces before buying them in the real world. So now it's time to invite my friend Chetan Rathore.
So, good morning, guys. So, research methodology. This study is based on secondary data. The data have been collected from various websites. The reason of this technique segment is to diagram the investigate plan, information collection, and examination strategies, and moral contemplation from the study, and about pointer points to investigate the effect of the metaverse on the industry through a comprehensive survey of existing writings. Findings. Opportunity in a metaverse. As the metaverse innovation is still in its earliest stages and has the potential to revolutionize the way we associate with the advanced world, the metaverse is anticipated to have a critical effect on the long run of work. The metaverse also presents challenges and concerns, privacy, mental health implications, and the debate between centralization versus decentralization are pivotal. As the concept continues to evolve, so does the conversation around its governance, regulation, and cultural impact. There are some critical effects of metaverse too. As one of my friends took a virtual tour of a project by a super tech company, but the product is not as similar as they are showing virtually. It's like दिन में सपने देखना. And in the conclusion, we can say the metaverse is a developing innovation with the potential to revolutionize the way we associate it with the computerized world through the investigation of the writings and the discoveries of the paper. It is evident that the metaverse contains a noteworthy effect on the industry and holds a gigantic potential for a long standing time. Thank you.
So, students, when you talk about the data, what data you mean? If you're collecting past research only, that's not data, that's literature review. Data means some numbers. Okay. So, did you collect some numbers? If they are there, then they should be given in tabular form here, and you should run some tool on that, something where you can have raw data and you can work something on that. Then it will actually materialize as a research paper. So please learn this. As ma'am told me, you are very from the first year only. So you can actually you are mostly doing most of you are doing exploratory research, which is good. So what you can do is you can continue on the same topic, but explore it more. Try to go for primary research, secondary research. Maybe suppose there are so many industries you talked about. Pick one. Travel and tourism ले लिया. Anywhere where you know some people, you can go and collect some primary data. You can take consumers experiences in relation to that. So that kind of research, the stakeholders, identify, suppose how it is working in banking industry, travel and tourism, and then you said the retail industry. Now that's very good. You can use so many consumers, that how they, as आपने बोला ना दिन में क्या दिखाना, तारे दिखाना,
दिन में
सपने दिखाना. So sapne dikhane mein, then you can ask the consumer that how was their experience, and how because it impacts the entire industry. So collect one industry ऐसे करके, and then you go like that. Okay. Otherwise, good effort, right? Yeah. Good. I mean,
Thank you.
I think what ma'am said, he, it's a starting. Okay, you have done this much of work and now extend it, right? You have already done this much of work. Okay, and you are under me only, right? Okay, मैं तो उसकी mentor ही हूँ. Right? So you extend this, float the questionnaire, complete this, and submit to the journal or many other conferences that are coming. Right? It's a very good work that you have done. Right? और अभी किसी से मैंने AR, augmented and virtual का difference पूछा था. The group is here. Yeah. So you got the answer from the figure. Yeah. They both were there. Can you just show that second slide? The students were confused. Yeah, first, second wala. हाँ. See, the augmented and the virtual. ठीक है?
Just click this photograph. This is a very good slide which is giving a difference between an augmented and a virtual reality, right?
Thank you so much, ma'am.
Okay, we have Shruti, Sharma, and Rana is here. Okay, then Mehak and Supriya, Aryan, Aradhya. Okay, they are not here. Then Rohan Saxena, Ronjoy. Yeah, please come up.
Hello.
Then we have started there and we, but you know, I told them, just for your experience, go and speak in front of the experts. Are you comfortable, all of you now?
Yes.
I will be connecting with you in that way. Give me the experience that for you, right? And one I will
Uh, Good afternoon, everyone, and to the esteemed panelists. Today, I, Rohan Saxena, along with my partner Ronojoy Bakchi, will be presenting on our research paper, which is Internet of Things in Government, a governance framework using blockchain. Our paper is enhancing the governance model, privacy, security, and through our introduction, as we can see from the IoT governance meaning.
Oh, sorry, because
Yes.
now I realize you are just first year students.
Okay.
So अब इसमें जितने भी सिर्फ headings हैं वो रह जाए और सारी text हट जाए ना. That is how PPTs should be. The last PPT was very good because they had presented things in diagrammatic form. You know, you saw that
Yes.
classification.
We have that.
But
just
this
that
is this. You should not fill so much of information next time. Let's use this platform as a learning platform rather than just Don't think I'm being critical. I'm just trying to nudge you in some direction. That's it. Right.
Firstly, starting from IoT governance meaning, the Internet of Things is a collective network of connected devices and technology that facilitates communication between devices and cloud. And the governance aspect is the process which ensures effective and efficient information technology in commercial spaces and organizations. So, secondly, IoT's global impact is that it is rapidly expanding, and it is estimated that 75% of the 55.7 billion devices by 2025 will be connected to each other and will be using Internet of Things. Importance of IoT governance is this: the surge of IoT devices help in the highlight of the critical devices for effective IoT governances. Blockchain rule: we are using blockchain technology with decentralized and transparent nature as an emergence key consideration in the IoT governance. Second is the literature review. We have reviewed 6 papers for our research, and these are the mainly papers. Firstly, IoT governance framework by Anas Sedrati. This paper discusses a crucial aspect, which is accountability, security, and innovation. Secondly, IoT governance with blockchain.
This
Yes.
that you have made,
Yes, ma'am.
just make a point whenever next time you're going, just make in a tabular format.
Sure.
Okay? So that would be more attractive, as well as you have to write the year also.
Yes.
Right? Because I do not know the first paper in which year it was published. If
Oh.
it was published in 2000,
Mhm.
then it seems to be a bit just to take the information. Okay?
Right.
But literature review ka you always see ki go for last at least 5 to 7 years.
Mhm.
Okay? Because we have our technology changing so rapidly.
Right.
So just as a make a note whenever you
definitely.
make a presentation. You're having a presentation a lot. ठीक है, बहुत सारी होंगी आपके proposal का होगा, आपका main thesis का होगा, NTPC का होगा. So
Right.
just keep in mind to make it in a tabular form.
Sure,
Right.
definitely. Blockchain and IoT integration by NRA, it explores the potential of blockchain to enhance IoT security and trust, and blockchain for industrial IoT by Lakshmana Kumar. This paper surveys the fusion of blockchain and industrial IoT. So the objectives of our research paper is to firstly determine the critical importance of IoT governance in context of rapidly expanding Internet of Things. Secondly, to introduce and examine the IoT government framework and the potential address to evolving demands of IoT. Thirdly, to evaluate and compare various agile-oriented IoT models. And fourthly, to underscore the critical importance of the IoT governance in context with the rapidly improving Internet of Things. So, ma'am, the research methodology that we have used is secondary research. The data collection sources include databases, scholarly journals, reputable website, and we have used secondary research to simplify our research paper. The rest of the paper will be taken ahead by Rono Joy.
So thank you, Rohan, for your part. Now I'll take over. So now let us come to the research findings. So the number one is diverse IoT governance approach. In recent years, we have seen that various IoT government frameworks tailored in our research context, and it aligns with one of the objectives of our research paper, is that scalability, because it should reach all over the world. That's why. Now, multi-agent IoT governance. From cloud governance to IoT governance, paper introduced a multi-agent IoT governance architecture emphasizing security, privacy, and standards. So these are the various multi-agent IoT governance which is used. Next comes IoT Smart City Framework. This framework includes architectural structure for IoT in smart cities, but privacy challenges and lack of updates, particularly regarding security and governance, are still there. So we need to think about it and take over. Now, principle-based approach. As said by Almeida et al., proposed a principles-based approach outlining key IoT governance principles, primarily focusing on decision-making rather than architectural guidance, decision-making for mostly corporate things and all crucial things which a corporate makes. Now, campus IoT governance approach. Web and as said by Web and Hume, they implemented an IoT governance framework within a localized context, addressing governance and security comprehensively but with limited scales. For example, within an organization, they have organized IoT for their organizational privacy and security. Now, next comes research limitations. The number one limitation is scalability and adaptability challenges. It may not reach wide number of people, and also they may not be able to adapt that IoT. Next is privacy concerns. And this is the main concern because everyone needs privacy, especially when it comes to money matters and all. Next is cost benefit assessment. There should be an effective cost benefit assessment for all, and lack of real world validation. It seems like ये तो हो ही नहीं सकता है, कैसे होगा? But real world validation means इसे real world में लागू करना है. It should be realistic rather than people saying ये कैसे हो सकता है? Possible ही नहीं है. But it should not happen like that. Now, research recommendations. Advanced privacy solutions. We should advance privacy solutions mainly, as I said, for money matters, because privacy concern is mainly regarding money matters for everyone, whether individual or an organization. Next is scalability testing. Now comes real world deployments. As I said, ये तो हो ही नहीं सकता है, this thought should not come. That's why real world deployment should be there. IoT security research. It should be secured. Information should be secured for an individual or an organization or a group or etc. Cost benefit analysis also should be there. Now let us come to the conclusion. Evolution of IoT governance model. Existing IoT governance model provide a foundation for managing IoT ecosystems, but require adaptation of address unique smart parking challenges, including scalability, privacy, security, and adaptability as discussed earlier. Privacy safeguards. It should safeguard everyone's privacy, whether individual or an organization. Now, robust security measures. Security measures mainly should be stringent and should be accessible to all, so that nobody will be like कि privacy breach honi hai meri, bas nobody should be thinking like that. Now scalability testing is also very rigorous user centric approach and machine learning integration. So tailoring governance frameworks to user needs and integrating machine learning algorithms offer exciting prospects for enhancing user satisfaction, optimizing decision making, and improving traffic management in smart parking systems. So with this, we rest our presentation. So thank you everyone for being such patient listeners.
See, the same thing which I told others, you can do that. And regarding literature review, if you go back to the literature review, as ma'am rightly said, you have to put it in a tabular format. Plus, have you taken only these 6 research papers?
No. We have just mentioned it here, although we have taken around 15 literature.
15.
Yes.
So, increase it to minimum 25. Huh?
That's why we did
No. So, what I'm saying is that when you do a literature review, what you can do is, say, for example, you have taken 25 studies,
Right.
minimum. वैसे तो you should go beyond that, 50 करीब ऐसे. So, when you do that, try to find some, what you can sense out of those research papers. Why do you do research literature review? Do you know that? Why do you do that?
Ma'am, to
कोई
get
purpose तो होगा इतना why it
historical
is
data to relate कर पाए जो अभी current
no.
Ma'am,
that what others have already done.
Yeah.
it would
So what
show-
others have already done, ये information हमें पता चल गई उससे what is the benefit to us?
Ma'am,
There are two benefits. Okay. One. Number two is that, you should not copy the same thing. Shh, please stop talking. If somebody has already done research on that, why you want to do that?
Right.
With the same methodology? There should be some purpose. For example, some people say that, since this research was done in USA, we are using the same methodology and the topic because we want to adopt it in India. That is okay. Understandable. So there should be some, semblance of sanity to the entire scheme of things. Why? Because if somebody has already done, how is research is done, students, basically because it has a societal value. You're not doing it in a vacuum. It has to have any stakeholder. If you're doing it for industry, if you're doing it government of India, if you're doing it for consumer behavior, it should reach out to the correct audience. Your research should add value. It should not waste paper, time and energy. So the first thing is literature review is very essential. You do not repeat the same research which somebody has done. Why will you do? It will hold no semblance. Somebody will say, जो पहले कर चुके तो आपने क्या नया ऐड किया? पहली बात. So दूसरा, secondly, when we do this research, what we do is we are trying to do all this past research to understand one important thing which is known as research gap. You get my point? Research gap, which says that, okay, these are the past research, but somewhere, something was missing in these researches and I found a gap that ये चीज नहीं पढ़ी है, ये नहीं किया इन्होंने. So my research, gives an answer to those questions which were left unanswered. So that research gap I want to fill with my research. So the past literature review has a purpose. You don't mention it like that. Literature review is not important. इसके बाद में एक स्लाइड होनी चाहिए जिसमें लिखना चाहिए रिसर्च गैप एंड वेयर यू विल मेंशन ऑब्जेक्टिव्स पहले आने चाहिए लिटरेचर रिव्यू से एंड देन यू शुड मेंशन research gap, that this is the identification and this is what I want to fill. In fact, when you complete a research, you must have seen that people write future direction or limitations of the study. कि भाई मेरी रिसर्च ये चीजें नहीं कर सकती. So वो भी again, it is a guide to the other person who wants to do research on your topic. So literature review has a purpose. What I'm telling you is for everybody to understand, right? Otherwise, this topic is good. वही सब कुछ जो same, I think I won't repeat myself. Make your slides more cryptic. It's very essential. You can't be so verbose, right? It's like talking too much on the slides. So it should be very, very taciturn. It should be very, very brief and cryptic. And what else is that? Explore this topic again and be more specific. If you're saying IoT and in terms of the government framework, just go to the topic, because that's somehow missing. वो लेके आप आइए उसको.
Ma'am, actually, we have also used the use case, but we have just
पीछे
mentioned
जाइए,
it.
टॉपिक पे जाइए. फ्रेमवर्क यूजिंग ब्लॉकचेन. अब इसमें गवर्नेंस फ्रेमवर्क यूजिंग ब्लॉकचेन, ये थोड़ा सा यू शुड हैव गिवन मी अ डायग्राम, यू शुड हैव एक्सप्लेन ब्लॉकचेन, यू नो दोस काइंड ऑफ थिंग्स. तो वो मिसिंग लिंक्स हैं.
Right.
You have to have very long clarity has to be there whatever you're doing. आपने blockchain word क्यों use किया है यहाँ पे?
Because actually we have used the use case of smart parking. उसमें the technology which is used, that is IoT devices से जो interconnection है वो IoT है, but the security aspect is used under blockchain.
So basically you are saying that we are doing IoT, but within IoT we are doing blockchain. That's perfectly understandable. Then focus more on blockchain.
Okay.
We use a lot of blockchain in international business. International business में तो most of mode of payment is blockchain.
Right.
See, please understand that my area of specialization, as I ma'am told you, is economics and international business. International business में the buyer and the sellers are not connected, right?
Right.
They are at different parts of the world. So the digitization of things or the IoT of things, they actually has helped. So blockchain has emerged as a very important mechanism for payment details, right?
Right.
So इस वजह से आप इसको पढ़ो. और अब जैसे आप ये क्या करो, ब्लॉकचेन का टॉपिक एक्सप्लोर करके नाउ यू स्टार्ट यूजिंग इट, से यूजेज ऑफ ब्लॉकचेन इन इंटरनेशनल बिजनेस. India specific, how much blockchain has progressed in India. So ऐसे your topic is very interesting, but you need to be more specific. आप सबके topics general हैं. Next conference जब भी होगी आपको इन्हीं topics पे detail में devil lies in. You heard that term, devil lies in?
Yes.
Devil lies in detail, no? So detail में जाइए. In depth. एक ही topic पकड़ो पर गहरा जाइए. Superfluous नहीं. Yeah, okay. Because superfluous तो न्यूज़पेपर का आर्टिकल होते हैं, superfluous तो ब्लॉग होता है, रिसर्च पेपर में तो डेप्थ चाहिए. Yeah, all right.
Thank you.
Next, anybody can come. That's okay. Pranjal is there? आ जाइए, कोई भी आ जाइए. I'll just mark you in any order that is okay. Come. You cannot everything is said. You cannot just without checking, because it is bringing everything on the internet till September 2020.
So our topic for today is ChatGPT, open possibilities and future direction. So ChatGPT is a member of the GPT family, which is created by OpenAI, and its full form is Chat Generative Pre-trained Transformer. It possesses remarkable natural language processing abilities, allowing it to engage in contextual conversations and generate human-like text. ChatGPT is making waves in business and media because it has the potential to transform how we interact, collaborate, and innovate in the future. So a few points from our literature review are that ChatGPT can understand the purpose of a question and give information that is precisely relevant, and it can save time and provide information very quickly. And it basically generates text-based responses. So for ChatGPT and other AI platforms, there's a ton of potential in a range of sectors. They are quickly growing and have a wide range of possible applications. So the objective of the work was to analyze ChatGPT and its present capabilities, addressing ethical concerns related to bias and exploring future trends and developments in AI. And the research methodology we applied was a secondary data research methodology, relying on existing information already reviewed by others.
So the research finding, the University of New South Wales paper focuses on opportunities for knowledge provider and seekers, emphasizing the importance of comprehensive knowledge base and facilitating iterative linguistic interaction to enhance the learning among designers. An article in the International Journal of Innovative Science and Research Technology introduced ChatGPT and AL technology known for generating human-like responses to natural language queries. In the EEECA Journal of Automation senior articles, ChatGPT is described as a smart chatting robot capable of various language tasks, including multilingual machine translation, code debugging, and story creation. Now we have some of the future recommendations are prioritize prioritize bias reduction in AL language models like ChatGPT, develop comprehensive standards and tool for bias detection and mitigation, increase public awareness of AL's potential limitation and ethical concerns. Advocate for stricter regulation and security measures to protect data and privacy in AL. The last is conclusion. The information represents the significance of ChatGPT as a remarkable advancement in artificial intelligence, showcasing its journey from inspiration to its current state and its promising future. The current state of ChatGPT highlights its sophisticated language capabilities, revolutionizing user-computer interaction with ethical and bias concern. Looking ahead, the study anticipates further advancement in AL model architecture, bias reduction method, and integration with emerging technologies, emphasizing the need for responsible AL-US peaceful between AL and humans in ever-evolving technological landscape. Thank you.
So students, my recommendation to you is if you're not able to find any data, primary, secondary, go for a case study. So if you're doing an AI based study, you can maybe, so for example, I said Sal Khan, how he's using. So go specific, use his case study and then work on that. So that means some information, some value addition is there to the audience. Because what you're doing is very general. Research papers are not so general always. It is more, what you actually presented right now is more appropriate for a blog or an article in your college magazine. So since you are just on the threshold of learning research paper, you must have studied research methodology. So make use of that, go for primary, secondary. And if you're not able to say find data, much of it, then go for a case study kind of approach. That okay, go study 2-3, maybe not just 1-2-3 factor cases, and go into detail and then tell the audience that this is how what we found out of 2-3 cases. So that can also be an approach at your level, right? Okay, all the best. Thank you.
So good afternoon to the panel and my dear friends. So
Pranjal and Aditya is not there.
no ma'am.
Blockchain as a disruptive technology in agriculture, Kanish.
No ma'am.
Khushi and Shishya is presented.
Yes ma'am.
Okay, Anish and Mark.
Yes ma'am.
Vedika and Arya. Vedika, Arya, Dr. Sharma. Anyone else left?
Shall we? Good afternoon to the panel and my dear friends. So we are presenting about the overview of security and privacy issue of blockchain technology. So what do we understand by blockchain? blockchain is a platform where we came to know after the cryptocurrency. It's a blockchain refers to the data storage platform where we store the data to secure it more and to keep the information more safe. It prevents the privacy, data leakage, and selfish mining. So we have here about the introduction. It came in familiar after the 2019, after the cryptocurrency. Sorry, ma'am. So it came after the cryptocurrency where people usually relate blockchain with the cryptocurrency, but it's not like that. Blockchain is.
Explain what is cryptocurrency and Bitcoin to the audience.
Yes, sure, ma'am.
Yeah.
Ma'am, cryptocurrency is basically a online finance platform where we buy with the real money and easily use it to transact in the wider world.
What is the negativity about cryptocurrency? Recently, the Modi government was saying that they will be putting a ban on cryptocurrency. Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
A year or
because it's difficult to regulate the cryptocurrency because it's a wider platform and we do not have the regulatory yet to control the cryptocurrency in the Indian government.
Because it is outside the bounds of the
Yes,
monetary
ma'am.
policy.
And also, blockchain is the one which secures the cryptocurrency, and blockchain refers to securing the data and confined to the user itself, not to any other one.
Good, because see, you need to have that kind of conceptual clarity to go ahead. Good. Okay,
Thank you,
go
ma'am.
ahead.
So we have literature review. We have presented over here the 3 literature review. First of all was by D. Preeti, Neelu Khare and B.K. Tripathi, which was presented in 2020. It refers to the blockchain technology. Despite its model, it is no impervious to cyber threats and including the risk of fraud and loss of private keys, necessitating the development of academic and countermeasures for enhancing security and privacy issues. Second was by Archana Prashan Joshi and Meng Hen and Yan Wang, which was published in 2018 and it refers to the challenges in blockchain technology, including the scalability, privacy leakage.
Just for your learning part, always keep the literature review in a tabular format, right? So first always come the authors, second in which year they have published, third which journal, then the topic name, then what are the findings. So it gives a very good pictorial format of it. Just because after this you will be having many presentations in
Yes,
your
ma'am.
PhD also, right? So just keep this format.
We will keep it in mind. Thank you, ma'am. Apart from that, the third was by the Mohammed sir, which refers to the blockchain technology encompasses various types of keys such as public, private, consortium, and hybrid blockchain keys with distinct governance and access control, offering a range of decentralization and security features. The objectives were to comprehensively examine the security and privacy challenges associated with the blockchain technology, with the objective of gaining insights into their existing state, ramification across various application and potential strategies for the alleviations. Now I'll hand over to Himanshu.
Research methodology. Just to give you an overview of how we carried out the research, this research is actually a blend of various case studies, qualitative researches, and various text cleaning processes. Finding of the work. We found out that blockchain is actually a diverse threat landscape which faces a wide range of threats like double spending, private key attacks, private key security attacks. Second, continuous vigilance and innovation is required to safeguard blockchain networks. This includes addressing vulnerabilities in encryption methods and implementing privacy measures to combat privacy leaks effectively. Now, here comes the conclusion. In a nutshell, the domain of blockchain technology presents both immense opportunities and significant challenges in realms of privacy and security, specifically in privacy preserving mechanisms, user friendly key management solutions, scalable privacy techniques, effective governance models. Additionally, presenting these research gaps amongst researchers and policymakers is essential to ensure the responsible and secure utilization of blockchain technology. Doing so, we can envision the future when blockchain not only transforms industries but also prioritizes individual privacy or security. Now, here are some recommendations.
In the end, we would like to recommend that addressing these gaps in privacy, enhancing data sharing mechanisms, user-friendly key management, decentralized identity, and privacy will not only strengthen the security and privacy blockchain systems, but also pave the way for broader and more responsible adoption of the transformative technology. Thank you.
Okay, when we are talking about blockchain, when we are talking about cybersecurity, what is the role of policymakers into this?
My policymakers regulate the blockchain technology, how it works, how it regulates.
Okay.
Yes.
What point they will be doing? Have you searched about that? Was
What do you mean by the policymakers? Is the government or what? The government will keep in mind that nothing should go that would harm the country, and it should only be confined to the people of the country, and it should be more accessible to the government so that they can at least see what's happening and not breach the data, but could take an overview.
Ma'am, the main purpose of blockchain is to prevent privacy leakage. And the main purpose of blockchain is to store information amongst the parties that access it via an application. Thank you.
the last group?
More specific, just elaborating on ma'am's point of view, that what kind of mechanisms, what kind of policies the government has made vis-a-vis blockchain and cryptocurrency in India. So you can mention those acts, those regulations. थोड़ा ये आपका general हो जाती है ना सारी PPTs. You can bring more that kind of information. Have you used that in your research paper during writing? You have mentioned?
No, ma'am.
So लिखना चाहिए ना, the blockchain landscape in India, for example, that can be the heading. So what are the regulatory mechanisms existing currently? That's very important, right?
Yes.
Because ma'am is right in pointing out that you have if you blockchain is there should be some ways of controlling it, and government cannot leave all these kind of things open. तो वो अब क्या है इंडिया में? For example, SEBI है. So SEBI is a regulatory body. उसने किस किस के लिए क्या rules बनाए? If you're writing a paper say upon share market, or if you're writing a paper on corporate governance, paper तो corporate governance पे, but SEBI के क्या rules है corporate governance पे? That will be made mention of कि India में what is the current status of rules and regulations regarding corporate governance. You understand corporate governance?
Yes,
If you
sir.
don't, go and read. So basically the point is, whenever you are taking up this kind of thing, refer to the policies. It is then, and let us understand whether it is India specific. आपकी general थी या India specific थी?
General.
General थी तो फिर international लेके आइए. What is the current trends internationally? Which developed countries say pick 4-5 and what are they doing? How India is lagging behind? ये सब चीजें तो research करिए.
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you, ma'am.
Good afternoon, everyone. We are delighted to be here with you today as we embark on the exploration of the topic cybersecurity in banking, shielding wealth in digital times. I, Yashika, have done this research with the help of my teammates named Akshat Arora, Amisha Tyagi, Rahul Dev, Riha Maheshwari. Cybersecurity is a practice of protecting computer systems, network, and sensitive data from theft, damage, or unauthorized access, ensuring the security and integrating of digital information. Researching cybersecurity is crucial due to the financial security, rising cyber threats, global impact, and technological changes in safeguarding assets. In banking sector, cybersecurity is employed to safeguard sensitive data and maintain service integrity. Common threats in banking sector are malware, phishing, man in the middle, and maintaining supply chain attacks. The objective. In this presentation, the objective of our paper is to shed light on the critical role of cybersecurity in the banking sector as it undergoes a significant digital transformation. We will discuss the escalating cyber threats faced by the banks and the imperative needs for the robust security measures. Our focus will be on how artificial intelligence fosters threat detection and how blockchain technology ensures data integrity and secure transactions. Research gap. Due to the time constraint, our research solely relies on the data obtained from the Google sources and lacks in-person banking visits. It provides an overview of cybersecurity, omitting detailed information on various technologies and bank types. Now, Ria will be taking this presentation further.
The next one is literature review, which include the following points. The first is traditional banking, which is the old way of banking with physical branches, checks, and paper transactions. The next is need for cybersecurity. Banks need to protect their computer system from people who want to steal their money and information. This is because everything is digital now. The next is cybersecurity threats. Cybersecurity threats in the banking sector encompass various risks, including malware and phishing, which can lead to financial loss and reputational damage. The next is cybersecurity strategies. To combat cybersecurity threats, traditional banks employ a range of strategies such as firewalls, compliance measures to mitigate risk and enhance security. The last one is technology. New and better tools.
In literature review, you're giving the definition of all the things, right?
Yeah, actually.
Right. So literature review means someone has done the work and you're referencing them. Okay, whatever your topic is. But you cannot give definitions, right?
We actually took that from there only, but we didn't mention the author's name.
So that you have to mention over here.
Yeah, we got our mistake now. The last one is technology. New and better tools and machines are helping banks to stay safe and do their job well in the digital age. Research methodology. The study used a secondary research approach, employing content analysis of freely available online publications to analyze a company's financial and operational aspects over the past decade. Data reliability and trustworthiness were ensured through an initial assessment, enriching the research findings with credible insights. Analysis and findings. This study emphasizes that cybersecurity is vital for banks to protect the assets, maintain trust, follow rules, and ensure financial stability.
Go to the previous slide. See, data source may you never write freely accessible online publications.
Okay.
Right? We don't write this type of a line.
Okay.
So just from the next time, don't include such.
Okay. Got it, ma'am. Banks must keep investing in cybersecurity to stay safe from online threats. Technology has improved banking, but it also brings new challenges that banks need to address to keep the financial system secure and trustworthy. Now, Amisha would be taking over the presentation further.
So now I'll be talking about future findings and limitations which we received, which we reviewed in our paper. So first of all, blockchain. So as we know that blockchain is safe and reliable in maintaining the authenticity of transactions, it also helps to avoid fake activities, leaking of personal information. Then comes the supply chain risk. This focuses on the dangers that come from depending on other companies like software, hardwares, and services. Then the AI advancements. As we know that change is constant, the ongoing progress in AI is a promising prospect for the banking industry. The potential advancements are vast, and ensuring continuous research is crucial to uphold cybersecurity. Now we'll be talking about limitations. Data privacy. So as we know that we have done the secondary research. So secondary resources were used to gather information for the study. However, these sources had limited data available due to ethical guidelines, which restrict the type of amount of information that can be assessed. Rapid technological changes, they are very challenging for the older banking systems to keep up with the new threats and defend against them. So finding the right balance between the current and new technologies is necessary to maintain the security. Now comes the regulatory. It requires to implement the multiple rules and standards set by the authority timely. Here are the recommendations. In order to improve cybersecurity, banks should focus on some few steps. Firstly, they should be carefully check and handle risk by evaluating potential dangers. Secondly, educating the employees about these risks. It is essential so that they don't do any mistakes while training them, and they can watch out for the further things. Additionally, they should also use multiple ways to confirm identity, and encrypting data are the vital measures which they should keep secure. Now, Rahul will conclude.
So talking about the conclusion, as banking sector is one of the priority, and as we are seeing, the crimes are increasing nowadays. And also yesterday in the session, we got to know that per day or in the whole month, we get around 5,000 crimes, which are included in all the sectors. And needing that greater levels of security, AI developments and blockchain technologies are critical in addressing these dangers. So, ongoing development in the cybersecurity and balancing data privacy and regulating compliance is one of the necessities in banking sector. Thank you.
So students, see, the structure of your PPT was quite hazy, right? Last 3 slides were talking about future research, limitations in the future research itself, and those kind of things. Koi data support was missing, right? So data kahin to mention ke some reports, somewhere you kahin koi banks you have referred to, you have looked into detail. There was no names of the bank, koi sample size. Chali, it is an exploratory. Then you tell me what is content analysis? You have used the research. Yeah, please go back. One other people also use the same terminology. So let me understand how much do you understand this content analysis? Yeah. So methodologies employed content analysis for comprehensive problem analysis. What is content analysis? How did you approach this? कैसे किया था? आपने किया था?
Ma'am, on the basis of what are the problems in all the sectors regarding to banking. So we took the content in overall analysis.
No, that's not content analysis. See, I'll give an example. Suppose if I want to check about the sustainability practices of various firms in India. So if I take a sample of say some 100 firms out there, and then I want to because this is something which there is no data. If I'm looking into annual reports, then it is easy for me to go into the data, market capitalization, ROI, and all those kind PLN. But what do I do with this kind? So because the data is mostly qualitative in nature. So then I employ this content analysis, and secondary because the sustainability reporting is still in very nascent stage in India. So maybe what I do is I look for certain words. I take their sustainability reports or I go to their website or something and I look for specific words, and then I see how many times they are getting repeated, and then I look for them, then I find out, and then I try to see how much importance they are giving to that particular domain, say environment or water wastage, whatever. That is content analysis. Usme word by word, verbatim you do. That's very, very detailed kind of thing. Now, most of the softwares can help you, NVivo and all those kind of things can help you with content analysis. But आपने तो use नहीं किया है इसको, आपने सिर्फ लिख दिया है. You don't even know what is content analysis. Data source relied on freely accessible, which are online, freely accessible online publications. They are not data. कौन सी publication? Mention some report. साइबर सिक्योरिटी कौन सी है? कोई गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया की कोई पीडब्ल्यूसी की रिपोर्ट है, कोई अर्नस्ट यंग की, कोई नेस्कॉम, कोई रिपोर्ट आपने देखी? कोई नीति आयोग ने कोई रिपोर्ट देखी आपने? बताइए. आई एम आस्किंग यू, डोंट से, डोंट नॉट.
Ma'am, so I just checked that the latest report regarding this topic is.
तो किसकी थी? Which body released that report? No, see, not because you are doing your research. Somebody else will tell you. ऐसे थोड़ी होता है. So please work on those kind of things, right? Data evaluation, initial. What you are doing is basically giving a structure of a research paper. Otherwise, it's just an article or a blog kind of thing. And there's too much. It is again very verbose, I told you. It's very verbose. Too many words, but leading to very less substance. Be more concrete, be more concise, be more cryptic, and be more specific. Yeah.
Just listen to what ma'am has said and then just incorporate the changes whenever you are giving the next presentation. The topic is very good and it's a bit different also, right? So just work on that, incorporate the changes. That's the learning from giving the presentation, right? That's the learning that you are doing, right? Okay, thank you.
Students, there is no You should never look at anything as a mistake or a failure. Everything is a learning. You stood here, you had the courage to come and present in front of an external person and your ma'am. So now you learn from it. So next time when you present, you'll be better. And you know what to expect. कई बार तो कोई एग्जाम भी लोग इसलिए दे देते हैं एक्सपीरियंस हो जाएगा, कोई इंटरव्यू इसलिए दे देते हैं कि एक्सपीरियंस हो जाएगा. So everything is an experience. So I see that they're quite happy go lucky, so they'll improve. Yes. थोड़े अपने हेयर भी चॉप करा लो. हाँ. Be a more avid researcher. Okay. चलो, all the best.
Everyone, please, can you all be seated? Now we will going to distribute the certificates. So I'm going to call the name. You just come here and take your certificates. First is paper 1, Shishti Agrawal and Tanushree Upadhyay.
Everyone.
Then paper 2, Kartik Mundra and Shaida. Are you both here? Then paper 4, Ankita Kumari and Hrithik Chaudhary. Paper 5, Harshita Gaba and Shrivali Mahajan. Paper 6, Chetan Rathore and Jalad Prashar. Paper 10, Rohan Saxena and Ranjit Bagechi. Sorry, I mispronounced. Sorry. Paper 13, Khushi Verma and Shishti Bharadwaj. So this is the last one. The topic is overview of security and privacy issues of blockchain technology. So can you guys, 5 of you, come here and take off your 4, 2 here. Overview वाले. The last group, security in banking, shielding wealth in digital times. All the group, please come up. All the members, sorry.
Have a seat. Okay. Uh, a very thank you to all the participants and ma'am. Ma'am, we would like to give a token of appreciation. Please, students.
Has everyone seen the commentary into it? No one has seen that meme. If anyone seen that meme, please give on third floor or wherever you see me. And a Tom and Jerry helps.